Let's see what we can do in 3 hours, but this is perfect for a raw video. What happened before? I traveled together with Baker to Brazil and ended up painting between Edmund and Adam of PDF Crew. And Baker and me wanted to paint a quick wall together with the famous photorealistic artist Case, but we have to hurry. Hello friends and followers, and welcome to another video from Brazil. My name is Smoe, I'm a German graffiti artist. I am recently invited to paint in Brazil. My flight is going in 10 hours. So, good morning! So there's still some time left over to paint a real quick wall with Baker and hopefully with a special guest. But as I know that you all want to know what happened to Bart's beloved car door. Congratulations! Yay! Here is what happened. We all tried really to close all doors of Bart's car with love. But as my car door did not close on gently first try, finally this happened. Oh. But it looked more terrible than it really was. Smoe door repair, 24 hours, just call me.
Ooh, what is this? Mosquito or something?
Very gently. Did you see this? It's Monday, and of course there's school right now. Good morning. So, mind your diets? Yeah. Okay, and this is our special guest, Case. So, Case, Baker and me will do a three hours painting. Let's see what we can do in 3 hours, but this is perfect for a raw video. So probably this will not be edited.
So you can choose some cans or bucket paint. What do you think?
Yeah, let's choose some cans. These are nice colors for the fill-in already.
Okay, but we need more, you know.
Yeah, we need the double.
Okay, you choose. You're better than me.
So we will go with the light blue. Ah, brilliant! This is such a good color. And we even got more of it. I know that we got a dark one of it. Let's see. We got these super white colors, super light colors. Do you need always one color for fading? Is it enough, or do you need two?
If there's a darker and lighter, it will be.
No, I would say if this does these cans for your fill-in are enough, or maybe we add.
No, I think it's enough. No, it's enough.
Oh no, we add a little bit of green to it. This makes it more interesting. So this is the.
Just make some more cans, and then we can use red can, and you know.
Yeah.
Also, you can add some light gray or something.
So this is like perfect. So we got the same colors, and we got black, and we got gray. We got one blue. We got other cans over here. I think we got black. So we both got one black. We can make the outlines in gray and do these colors as a fill-in.
But with this color, the outline will be a little bit off, you know. I I think we have black. We don't have. We also there is canvas there.
I didn't know that I can use them as well. So we even got some nice pinky for a background.
There's one black here. I see. Yes. Oh, there's more black.
So yeah, I think we got enough black.
2 blacks, right? And also the piece should be small. Not doesn't need.
Yeah. Okay, so let's put them all together in one box. Maybe we make this box empty.
It's from
So we put all the cans inside here.
Can you get your drink
Yes, please.
here?
Yeah, please. This is how a YouTuber hurries. A YouTuber hurries with just one arm and always recording. So yes, okay. And we take this one as well, and this one. Yeah. Can you carry it? Because I carry this.
Okay. Just wait a little bit.
Yes.
So I think I'm going to be on the right and you're going to be on the left.
Why?
I mean, you know, my main part is getting close to the character this way, but it's okay.
Yeah. However, I don't care that much where I am. Maybe we can remove this.
I think so. The only problem here is
This one.
the
But
rail, but I think we don't need to go that much high, you know?
No.
We need to make it a little bit.
yeah, we need to avoid any letters. Ladders, not letters.
Okay,
Neat.
we can also avoid the letter.
Avoid the letters while
Make
graffiti.
something abstract and.
Yeah. Okay. So let's set the let's set the camera. Okay, this is video part 2 in Brazil. Let's I'm still preparing cameras and everything. So, as we have a lot of black, we'll directly do the first lines in black. It works perfectly. So, mask. And I hope I can hear it when this battery is dying. Okay, and an eraser can. I need an eraser can. So this one. Okay. Hello friends and followers, this is voiceover Smoe, and I will give you valuable background information. See if it's still visible. Yes, perfect. we wanted to paint pretty small. This is why I made this dot on the left side.
A little bit more far away.
But it felt so small for me. And as I'm starting, I'm the guy who makes the size.
A little bit.
At least this is what I thought.
Put you over here. Super selfish. But
because Baker said at the beginning that we want to paint small just to save some time. But this time I won't go with the standard Smoe style that I've painted several times. This time, because I got a little bit more time, I want to freestyle. I just want to freestyle a good and proper graffiti style.
how big you gonna go? Yeah, like I should go even a little bit more far away. Something like that. So I should go
I
like
mean, with the extensions, you know, the main part.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, you're gonna make the S.
a little bit, like a little bit more like it. Yeah, okay.
Okay, and now Baker made everything even wider and even bigger because he decided that it will have to be bigger for him, and that it always looks stupid when you are the guy who has the smaller graffiti on a graffiti wall. They all have to have the same size, otherwise it will not look balanced and you will look small, and you don't want to look small. You want to look as cool as the other guy on the other side, whoever it is. And as I would say that I'm a pretty flexible guy sometimes when it is about painting. So I decided that I will adjust it. It is just some first lines. I can do them a second time, no problem. And so I painted the S a second time, but I directly adjusted it a little bit. I added this ending at the top, but then my cap died. My cap clogged suddenly. And as I noticed the day before when I was painting already with this collagen spray paint, I noticed that the level 1 skinny cap from Montana cans pushes so much more paint through it while being pretty much the same size. I decided to go with the level 1 skinny cap because the wall was sucking so much paint. It was like painting on a towel, and as we had 2 blacks, which is definitely enough for all the outlines and the blocks, I decided that I will go with a little bit of a stronger cap. While I have to say that the level 1 skinny cap works on a Montana gold can, in a different way. There's not that much paint coming through, so I think that the collagen spray paint has more pressure than the Montana gold that I usually use. But it was impossible to have drips on this wall. Yeah, this extension of the lower part of the S that is going upwards and slicing into the upper part of the S, yeah, this is a classic Smoe element, I would say. Always erasing some outlines that shouldn't be there. I was just checking what Baker was doing. But there was not that much to see. And I have to admit that I was a little bit under pressure because painting besides Case from Maclaim crew, yeah, it's an honor. It's a real honor to me. Because back then when I started painting, the Maclaim crew already exists and we were all sitting there and just like, what the hell is going on there? How is it possible that they paint all this photorealistic stuff with a spray can? And now we meet each other on a jam. It's crazy. And even paint together. So I didn't want to disappoint in any way. This is why I took a lot of time for the first lines to bring them in a proper way to the wall so that they all look great. I'm extremely happy with this piece that I painted over there. It's more some kind of a classic Smoe style. It's not that innovative like the piece that I painted the days before, but it's a really good one. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. As the S was already made out of round and edgy parts, I decided that the M will have a round left part and an edgy right part. Of course, the M got such an ending as well. Just for the balance, so that every letter at least has one of these endings. What I've learned over the years is that when you do the slicing, it is when parts of letters are overlapping and there are some parts hidden, always try to show the edges. This is why I make the slicing like that, because the brain can easily continue a line that was starting on one side of an overlapping element and continues on the other side, but the brain is too stupid to imagine.
Okay, I know you want to see what Case is doing.
This was totally useless. This was totally useless. Because how should I edit it now? Always when I show Case, you can't see what I'm doing. But I will put the camera back in about 20 minutes or something. So you will have different camera angles for some shots. I did not think that much about how I want to record this video, because it was at the morning we didn't even know where we will paint. There were some rumors that we will drive to another school and paint another wall, but there was so much lost in translation because the organizer of this jam, it was the Calerius International Graffiti Festival. He was just speaking Portuguese, and so a lot of stuff that we were trying to discuss were just got lost in translation. And as we didn't know where we will paint at the end, yeah, I did not make that much thoughts about the whole recording process and everything. Motorcycles, they were so loud over there. starting with the O. And as all letters have thick and thin parts, of course the O has a thin part at the bottom as well. And as I didn't do an O with something in it, with an extra bar in the middle of the hole, I wanted to do something like that now. And the O gets such an ending as well, so that the overall look of the piece is like it would have two horns on top. One horn is coming out of S and one horn is coming out of O. Like a bull.
So, okay, now
Now I was not that sure how I should do the slicing. This was not cool,
visible.
but I liked the O so much that I decided that I did not decide it right now, but I will decide it later. You will see.
I will even make it a little bit.
Working a little bit on the thickness of the O on the right side. So now I do it. I add such a tiny hook on the side of the right leg of M so that I can put the slicing more to the left side so that more of the O is visible. This was clever. There was a whole crowd of pupils standing behind us, watching us painting.
Okay. See what guys doing? Oh, it's so small. Round. Maybe I should go around there as well. I'm not sure. But if I go here, will be, yeah.
Sometimes it helps to talk to yourself. But I have no idea what was my plan at this time. Up. I tried to make the upper part of E similar to the upper part of the S with the same sort of serif. Now I changed the right leg of M to have such a super nice tiny melting point. Like I already have from the top part of E with the nose of E. The bottom part of E and the O are melting in a pretty big spot. But over there, tiny melting spot. Love it.
Oh, yeah. Like this.
I already noticed that the O has a lot of potential for a long extension, for a long scap, a single connected extra bar, like the S has on top. And of course for the symmetry, the E gets such an extra bar as well. What are you doing there, Smoe? I'm editing this video 3.5 weeks after the Brazil trip. And I have to admit that I don't know what I was trying over there. I still know that I wanted to try to force the serif to have a slicing with the extra bar. Okay, but it needs something on top of the E. Yeah, and this is the long scap that is just there for the balance between the S and O and the balance of the whole piece at the end. Beautiful. I really like it when extra bars are growing out of the long sides of other bars. And I really do not like it that much when they are growing out of the small endings of a bar. A lid just in the middle, this half circle element. I call it a lid just to add more weight to this spot, because I noticed that the whole piece needs a little bit more weight in the middle. Yeah, it looks already good. Just the bottom of E is missing. And as the ending of the O is leaning to the left side, of course I have to lean it more to the right side. What are you doing there? No. Don't do this. Not to the left side. Okay, this was just crooked because of the fisheye lens of the GoPro. Adding some chips. Like a little piece of the scab was chopped off.
Needs to be better.
More weight over there, making the S thicker, so that the S is also melting with the O. So S and E are both melting with O. Very beautiful. Would be cool if the S would melt with M in some point as well. I hope I make it.
We're slowly getting there.
We are slowly getting there. Already a half of an hour in. Okay, I think the first 7 minutes were just running around and talking and giving you some context.
Even a little bit higher. Up, up. Up, up.
Adding another lid for even more weight. So now there is so much weight on the left side, and
Alles ist höher. Alles höher.
Why are you doing this? I will make a comparison. Because I know that I was somehow, I had a problem with the right side of the E. And we are 35. In. Okay, I would check it when I did these first lines if it is really better than before, because there is also my iPhone behind me and it is recording a time lapse. And I can make some screen captures of it to compare these first lines. In my opinion, the E was good. Maybe I was just nervous or something. Ah, no! I had to make it higher because I did not have enough space for the bottom part, I think. Yeah, we will see.
Yeah.
I'm obviously happy.
Oh, okay.
Now I even go with a different serif than the S has.
Bedien dich, ich habe noch ein paar Level 5 und sonst
Nee,
natürlich
nicht. Das wird
die guten MacLaim Caps
Ja, nee, die habe ich aber.
und hier dann die Standard Caps, die kannst du auch mal
Ja,
ausprobieren.
gut.
So funny to give some maclaim caps to Case from maclaim crew. Oh man. Would be cool if I had some own caps one day as well, with Smoe cap. But what should it be?
Das ist ja auch einer, die mag.
Please write down in the comments what kind of cap is still missing that I could invent just to call it the Smoe cap. Maybe a cap that does outlines on both sides simultaneously. But this would be pretty cool. A double cap. No. What are you doing there? The problem that I try to solve right at this moment is that I really don't like it when you got two slicings besides each other of one letter with one other element. This always looks stupid.
Like this.
So I will have to change something of the two slicings of E with O. It was so beautiful before. One slicing and one melting. Now the mouth of E is also way too much open, so I will have to change that as well.
What?
Yeah, there I do it. It needs all to fit. In comparison to the mouth of S, it definitely was too much open. So all letters need to have the same amount of negative space, of holes.
Yeah.
But, and even if the O has a pretty big hole, it closes this hole with this one extra bar of the left side of the O that is going into the hole.
Wenn du noch kannst, kannst du ruhig noch ein Stück aufrücken.
Ja, ich werde noch ein bisschen Ausleger machen.
Also gerne hier bis hier ran. So. Kann auch
Ja.
ruhig, ja.
Block mache ich dann in die Richtung E und dann gucke ich, dass es ein bisschen noch... Ja.
Cool.
Case asked if it was possible to close the gap between his artwork and my first lines, and I said, oh yeah, of course. I wanted to make the blocks into your direction anyways, and I didn't want anything, but of course when I'm painting together with other people, I never want to be the guy who says, oh no, you have to change it for me. I never say stuff like that to other people, and when someone has a wish, of course I try to make it happen so that we are all happy and we all have a great painting session together. And I don't want to have a gap between Kay's artwork and my artwork at all. So yeah, of course I will adjust my piece now to the right side. Baker wanted to have it more to the left side. I will have to make it now more to the right side with some extensions. Okay, this part of the E is still too thin, but I can't put the mouth forward because this will make the E look so strange. So I will make this one bigger so that it touches even here. We'll see if this will cause other problems, but
I can't leave it like that now. Or I will push the whole... Yeah, this is how I do it. I will push this whole all more to this side. Okay, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay. And then I will be pretty happy. Even a little bit longer over here, which is nice. Up, 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 up. Oh, this is so nice. You can adjust everything.
for a moment I thought that I would just change that the upper part of E is melting with O.
So the serif will be even smaller, and now it touches with the sketch.
And I don't know. I really don't know what was the problem over there.
it even, make it thicker, like this. Okay, now this needs to be a little bit thicker. And yes, we are getting there. We are not getting there. Yeah.
Come on, what are you doing there, Smoe?
We're gonna leave it higher.
And I
Not
still
allowed to be cropped.
the double slicing. Come on, please don't leave it like that. This is
No.
ugly.
And I decided I don't want this small thing. This annoys me. I don't want it.
Exactly.
Looks ugly.
Yes. Okay, so now we got a slicing and overlapping between E and O, and slicing and overlapping between M and S. Yeah, okay.
Like this.
You can do it like that.
So. And then ask. So and then I will add. Maybe if I change this like this and there, maybe or like from here. First of all, I need to make this one bigger.
Yeah, I'm thinking about possibilities to make the whole piece a little bit more wider to the right side, with an arrow, for example, that is growing out there somewhere.
Then I want this one to melt for some more stabilization.
The middle part of the O is totally wrong. If the angle on top is going downwards to the right, the angle at the bottom of the middle part has to go into the same direction. Otherwise,
First
the
line is the most important part.
first lines, yes, first lines is the most important part.
So I will push this one a little bit up, so that we got a tiny touching point here. This is beautiful.
Tiny touching point. I want to force myself to call it a tiny melting point or tiny melting spot. Oh, the battery died. But I'm so lucky that I was recording with 2 cameras. I was so concentrated that I forgot to change the battery of my head cam. I don't know, but we still can see what I'm doing over there. I'm adding another lid on the right side, but this is a lid with a chip underneath, while on the other side there is just a lid. And this is something that I really like. It is working with some sort of a balance that is not 100% a balance. It has to look natural. It does not have to look like 100% mirrored, because this makes everything very stiff. And when you got just the same amount of weight on both sides, it's perfectly balanced. It does not have to be exactly the same parts of letters. It's like the natural balance, like your face. Your face is naturally balanced, but if you mirror the left side or mirror the right side, there are recently these TikTok filters that do this for you. It is crazy. It looks like two different persons. And what I do now with the M, because I wanted to have an arrow that is only at the right side, because I wanted to make extend the piece on the right side a little bit more to fill the gap between Case and me. And so I changed the right leg of M to create a long side of a bar where the arrow can grow out. Because otherwise I could have worked with the O as well, like from the bottom of the O that an arrow grows out there, but I didn't want to give so much power to the O, so I went with this decision, and I think it's good. This is the origin of the arrow.
It's 11:30.
It's 11:30. Baker is concerned that I will not get ready.
You make the filling and tell me.
Me what?
Yeah, you sort the cans and everyone gets one.
Yes, I remember that Baker just finished his first lines and he asked me, what's the plan now? And I told him, make a plan and tell me about it. That is the plan, because I'm not done with my first lines. So Baker is now sorting the cans by the colors, and yeah, we will just take the same cans and try to look as similar as possible with the colors. Oh yo, there's so much going on now on the right side of the E. And I still remember that it was quite complicated to do all these slicings and always making the decisions which part of the overlapping elements is the most important, which one has to be shown, which one can be behind another element. And the golden rule is always try to make decisions that please the letter and please the overall look of the whole piece. An extra element that hides something or creates confusion or even creates another letter, disturbs the identity of the letter that you're painting, is not a good element. It's not a good extra element. It's not a good extension. So always don't do it. This is what I'm always thinking about. Does what I'm doing here please the overall look and please the single letter? This is something that I learned really in the early days when I started to communicate with different other internet writers on graffitiart.de. This was the first website where I was exchanging knowledge with other writers or people who are just doing sketches have so much knowledge about letters and experience. It is always interesting to talk to other people, and most people always said you need to be able to pick out one single letter out of a piece and it still has to be beautiful. And this is one of the golden rules that I always have in my mind while painting. The single letter has to be beautiful, but the overall look as well. Yeah, it's a pretty complicated way to paint how I do it. But I love it. I love all this complicated stuff and thinking about stuff. It's like a maze, or it's like a puzzle. Everything has to fit together at the end, and you're always trying to find the right parts to put at the right place so that it looks cool at the end and nothing disturbs each other. Like a wrong puzzle piece in a puzzle, you can identify it directly. Immediately. Someone wrote me that I used the word directly completely wrong and I should exchange it against immediately. We'll try. When will I notice that the camera on my head is not running? Smoe. And going back, having a look. I think the S on the left side, the bottom part of the S on the left side is still too thin. It has to be thicker. Oh, and I forced the serif of the E to melt with the origin of the arrow. And the extra bar of E is slicing with the scab of O. Beautiful. Oh no, it's not melting. Why is the E not melting? No way, I added another chip? No, I didn't do it. Right at this moment I checked the final result, and I have to admit that I didn't change the middle part of O. I thought I did it. But it won't be, it just is not possible to paint the perfect graffiti. Once the moment is there that you paint the perfect graffiti, everything will be over. So I think it's always good to find some flaws and mistakes and stuff that you want to change in the next painting, because once you made it to paint the perfect graffiti, everything will be over. It is just not possible to paint anything better afterwards because you already painted the perfect graffiti. So I hope this will never happen to me.
The blocks.
To the middle. I have to make them to the middle because I need to...
Yeah, covered area.
Covered area.
Or I will also do the same.
Oh, you will go to the right because you are already so close. We both go to the right.
Yeah, this is always such a question. Where should we, in which direction should we paint the blocks? And I make really thick blocks to be able to erase a lot of this empty space between me and Case. To erase the empty space between me and Case.
From light to dark or dark to
Yo, and as I promised, here is the comparison between the 3 different ways of how I sketched the E, because I changed it so much. And you can see the first one was the cleanest. I don't know really why I changed it. It was slicing and melting, and all I should have done is melt the S with the M as well. So this would have created the cleanest combination of letters. But yeah, sometimes you don't have the ideas directly, immediately in front of the wall. We just discussed the order of the fading, and we wanted to go with the green at the top, and then from green to light blue and downwards to the darkest blue, so that we got a nice fading with something wrong in it. And this is my one of my tricks as well. Don't just make an yellow to red, or yellow over orange to red fading. It is so much nicer if you put maybe a dark gray at the bottom, or a blue, or if you go from green over yellow to orange to red. Always have a different color in it, or yellow, orange to purple. Make it a little bit wrong. This looks so much nicer. It's so much more interesting than just using 3 colors that are in the perfect order. Maybe if you got a very complicated style, this makes sense because you don't want to disturb it anymore. But as I have this quote-unquote very, very boring, easy to read for people who are into graffiti, it's really easy to read what the kind of style that I paint. Then it makes sense to give the fill-in just this tiny little extra twist to make it more interesting. Yay!
It was not recording. Shit.
I noticed it! Yeehaw!
But this one was recording, so all fine.
Yes. Oh, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching until this point. You made it until 1 hour and 4 minutes and 50 seconds. So if you want to support me a little bit, because you obviously like these kind of videos, at least a little bit, just write a comment, what you were eating this morning, what was your breakfast. Just some random words in the comments help this video so much to reach some more people, and through this help me to make a little bit of money. I don't want your money, I just want some words in the comments section. This would help me a lot. Thank you.
Smoe,
Yeah.
I'm getting some fat cap from here. Huh? Is that
Yeah.
yours? This one is yours? Hey,
Yeah, take everything you want.
I don't know if you have fat cap. Green one.
I ran out of level 6 fat caps, and this is why I'm recently using the level 5 fat caps all the time. Yeah. There is not such a big difference, but there is a difference. Another function of the fill-in also is to make it easier to see which part is from which letter. So this is why I don't go with an upper quarter is green, the next quarter is light blue, the next quarter is in the middle blue, and the last quarter is in dark blue. This is why I keep green at the top, but there are also light blue parts at the top. So if there is one element of a letter overlapping another part, it makes sense that they are in a different color, so it makes it more easier to see which part is from which letter. So the fill-in isn't just the color to paint the graffiti to the wall. It is also it's also a tool to help to get easier through the letters. So now I use the light blue, and you have seen that the extra bar of S is completely in green, and now the blue goes over the green. And so this makes it easier to understand, okay, this comes from the upper part of S, while the lower part of S is slicing with it and going behind it upwards. And this makes the slicing down there even easier to understand. And over there I already made the right side of M in the light blue. So the left side of O will be green, to make the slicing more obvious and more easy to understand. Over here again, blue goes over green. Just last month I uploaded an old raw video of me where I was painting together with Biatch in Cologne, and I skipped the fill-in and I got so many negative comments like, oh man, this is the most enjoyable part of the painting process. And yeah, but back then I was so insecure to upload a video that is 2 hours long or 3 hours long, because I just could not imagine that someone sees it at all. But there is a big fan base of these raw videos on my channel, so it's really special to me. Thanks a lot.
Samba! Samba! Dijonais! Arte und Werdemata ist ja dieselbe Farbe.
Yeah, I was so happy. I was so happy with the first lines. And if I'm complaining here that the middle part of the O is wrong, this is just the last half of a percentage of being extremely great. But I'm the worst criticism guy of myself, because I always want to push it to the limits. So please don't take it too serious when I say that something is wrong. This does not mean that it is bad. But there is always a little bit of room for improvement. And this is crazy because the green was meant to fade into the light blue, and over here I even changed that. And it doesn't matter. So the light blue fades into the middle blue, and also the green fades in the middle blue. So the rule of this fill-in is that green and light blue are in the upper part of the graffiti, while middle blue and dark blue are in the lower part of the graffiti. But it all is pretty much free and can be everywhere, except the lower part or the upper part. Oh, the battery died. Fighting with insects.
Oh, I know.
Beep, beep, beep. here you can see it again. I fill the right leg of M. In the middle blue, so that the O can be there in dark blue on top of it. No, not the same blue. What am I doing there? Come on, Smoe. More concentration, please. Voiceover Smoe is talking so much clever shit, and reality Smoe is just doing sloppy decisions. Come on. Yeah, over there I decided that I want to show the corner, show the edge just with the fill-in, even it is melted over there. This already looks pretty fresh. And the last color, the dark blue. And I will fill now everything that is at the bottom.
In this age, my friend, oh my God. In this age, my friend, oh my God. You're older than the teacher. You're older than the teacher.
And to make it more visible at the bottom, where parts are overlapping, even if they have the same color now, there is still the possibility to add a little bit of shadow, because the overlapping element is always making a shadow on the element underneath, and this will help the eye to identify which one is on top, what is an outline, what is not an outline, what is just a section line or a dead line in the slicing. And I rescued another tiny insect. My karma account is now on 100. And I'm already looking forward to the outlines so much. Because making outlines on this super soaky wall, it's so much fun. Drips are nearly impossible. one of the sticks was pointing into my knee. This was a little bit painful. Especially when you work with dark colors, it is super ugly when there are white spots still pointing out. Two of them here. And finally, I make better.
Just close.
Oh no! Oh, this is clever. I use a dark turquoise because this is also a dark bluish color and also a dark greenish color. So I use a dark turquoise as the shadow color for the drop shadow within the fill-in. I leave a little bit of green over there because there will be a tiny block anyways. And you can see that the shadow color works on both colors, on the green and on all the blues. In general, it just has to be a darker value. Could even be a dark violet or dark red or dark whatever. Of course, it looks always a little bit better if you have a darker value of blue on blue and a darker value of green on green. But if you don't have it, because you just got a limited amount of different colors, then you can choose just a darker value of any color, and it also works. The nose of M is doing some shadow on the O. The lower part of S is making a shadow on the right leg of M. And also on the left leg of M is doing a shadow on the lower part of S. And there you can see, yes, it works, even if it is just a dark turquoise. I found a shadow that is missing. There's still another shadow missing. Yeah, at your right hand, the E is making a shadow on the origin of the arrow that is coming out of the right leg of M. But I didn't see it. Hopefully I will see it later. Please, please.
Not getting better.
Okay. Time for some enjoyable outlines. Oh yeah. As this is such a structured wall, I wanted to keep the outlines a little bit thicker. So this won't be such a super elegant style. It will be more some kind of a blocky, thick outline, street bombing style. I still remember that the black already was pretty empty, and I didn't want to make all the super fine details within the letters with it, so I will try to make it empty within the blocks very fast soon, so that I can use a fresh can for all the important outlines. This is so beautiful. Sharp edges.
So, and then I need, oh, maybe we make a background over there.
Cutting everything clean.
Yes. Thank you. One.
Yeah!
Barbecue? Barbecue? Churrasco? Huh? Churrasco? Barbecue?
Marlon asked me in the Portuguese way with the Google translator if I want something to eat. But little spoiler, I will not manage to eat it. Because at the end, yeah, we were running a little bit out of time. I was too chilled. Cutting too much, taking too much attention to the detail. And even if the spray can already sounds like it is nearly empty, I'm pretty fascinated right now how much I still can paint with it. Do you hear that? When I'm painting, it's not like a consistent tss, it's always tss. And this is because the pipe within the spray can sometimes is not in the color and in the paint anymore. Yo, and now I fill all spots that will be black anyways because I can't make reliable outlines with it anymore. And another trick how to really make your spray can empty is when no paint is coming through anymore, rotate the cap a little bit because you don't know where the hose, where the pipe is within the spray can, and sometimes there is still a little bit of paint in it, but the hose... Oh, or do this rotation thing. This also works. And now doing outlines with a fresh black. Now look, this looks already so much more interesting than just a boring fading from green to dark blue. And it makes sense. It makes sense. Fresh. Only cutting is always a problem. Cutting within fadings is... I don't like it. But I still really don't get used to always have a cardboard with me. Oh, yeah, this chip was too thin. Because of course you can always make cutbacks, but you can also directly work. Also, you can immediately work with a cardboard. I need to Google the translation from directly now. Translator. Directly. Directly? Instantly. Sofort means instantly.
Good.
And direct? Direkt is directly. However, immediately, directly, instantly. Yeah, and this was something that I definitely liked about the color gen colors as well. Even if you were painting some seconds before, you can go over... Yeah, how is it? Is it directly or instantly? You can immediately... And now I'm totally confused. I'm really confused right now. Do I really use the word directly in a wrong way? But everyone can understand what I'm saying, right? You can go directly over it. Immediately over it. Okay, I think in this time it makes more sense to use the word immediately. Still got the same problem with the translation of opportunity and possibility. Somehow it's the same as well. However, learning English with Smoe, ending up with a lot of confusion. Okay, what I wanted to say is you can paint with the color gen, and even if there is still a super fresh coat of color, you can paint over it immediately. And all the thin lines of the slicing. I will do them with the tiny pink stencil cap later, because I want them really, really thin.
Ja, das hat ganz schön, oder? Ich bin nicht da.
Yo, I got an idea. I got this idea for a pretty long time, but always when I could tell you about this idea, I always forget it, but not this time. Attention now. I want to make a combination from raw videos and Q&A, because this would make so much sense. So if you got any question that I could potentially answer in the next raw video, just ask me something underneath this video in the comments section, and I will use your questions for the voiceover in the next raw video. And then I will show your comment and tell what is my answer to your question. What do you think about that? I think this is a good idea. I just had the lunch with my wife and I was talking about this video, and then she reminded me, why don't you always say that you want to do a Q&A, why don't you do it? Now you're just halfway through of the voiceover of this video. Tell your audience now. So a big thanks to my wife Nova. A tiny block of the nose. I need to cut the tiny melting point between the O and the S. Every detail gets the attention that it deserves. And this is the advantage if you're using the same color for the first lines like you used later for the outlines. You don't have to paint all the outlines again. Sometimes the first lines are already good and you can just use them. I think this color combination is really fresh. Wow. I'm blue davadi davadai. Hey.
Ow.
When I'm painting in the factory recently, I always make the floor in front of the wall clean first, because I hate it so much when you go down and your knee just touches the ground and there's broken glass or there's something pointy, and I hate it. I hate this so much because I'm so much focused on the artwork that I'm painting that I'm not able to always check the floor. Oh, it's getting windy. What was that?
What?
Ah, now it's better. Changing the next battery. During that time you can see how Case is painting a door. He paints a door. He paints an open door on a closed door. And paints a feet with his hand. Crazy.
look at it.
Yo, and as there are still some of the first lines visible, I have to hide them. And I try to make them invisible. By putting some different colors over each other. I'll add a little bit of black.
did not decide. I thought just a little bit of...
I think when we do it with grey, it will be too flat. We got pink. But we don't got a dark color. Yeah, we can't do it real classic because this will not be so time wasting.
Yeah, and then you go to high.
Yeah, we just 1 hour. I would say
I'm just gonna add some gray lines, stripes, or something.
yeah. And then a little bit of with the light blue, because it is somehow it is still blurring too much together, in my opinion. Okay, I need to hurry because you are faster than me.
I started my outline after you.
Yeah, but I have more outlines than you.
Are you gonna add some background or something? Or just
I did not decide. Maybe you make some decisions and I apply to you.
I prefer to leave like this, but
Yeah, good. I like it as well.
really rotate for you.
Yeah, having no background behind this piece makes sense because the wall itself already got a pretty beautiful structure. So I like the idea, and it is also less work to have no background than having a background that does not add anything to it because it's just sloppy and fast. And we thought that we would have still about an hour left, but you will see that suddenly everything will change. And I was already painting pretty fast. I'll make the noises of hard work. And at this moment I notice that I forgot the shadow. Halb zwei jetzt schon. 13:30. Oh fuck. Okay, Case told me right at this moment that we will leave at 1:30, and we thought that we would leave at the first thing we thought was like that we leave at that we will leave at 4 p.m. Then somebody told us that we will leave already at 2, and now we lost another half of an hour. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Baker, we just got a half of an hour. And this is so annoying when you think that you have more time and suddenly this is the best condition to paint with case. Having not so much time, and even now losing a half of an hour because I need to get the plane back home. But they probably will have a traffic jam and we need to get through it, and it is 3 hours of drive from maclaim, where I'm recently, and maclaim. Arbeiten! Schneller! Auto waschen! It's from maclaim to Rio Airport. It's 3 hours of drive, and we will have a traffic jam, and so we will have to hurry a little bit more than we are already doing. That means that we will keep it even more raw than expected. But you will not drive with us in a half of an hour.
No, I stay here.
Okay, so you can send me the final shots, right?
Yeah.
Yeehaw! Okay, outline's done. And the blocks. Ah, you already did the gray stuff. So these 2 grays are mine here? Good. Tiny pink stencil cap. Where is my tiny pink stencil cap? It's here.
Yo, now I'll show you one modification that I did with the tiny pink stencil cap. Because I drilled the hole of the tiny pink stencil cap to 4mm because it was too small, but I also drilled a second hole in it so that I always have a nail with me to clean it, and I can put it there at the side. Funny, right? Beautiful.
Do, 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 do. This, like this, this, and this. Oh. Ah, another battery died. I need to hurry. Hurry like a hurry man. Hurry, hurry man. Please don't overheat. Don't overheat. Thank you. The main advantage of this hole for the nail is that you don't have to put the nail somewhere on the ground, or you always have it with your tiny pink stencil cap. And it is easy, just drill a hole on top of it and the nail will be in this container where all the extra spray paint is stored.
Mamboleo. Mamboleo. I'll definitely forget anything.
Yo, and now it's finally time for the effects. And as time is really running as hell, I just make some gray reflections on the black block, because this is faster for me than filling whole parts of the blocks. Fadings are always faster than whole fill-ins. Yeah, and this was my test, and now I'm sure that I will continue everywhere like that. Now all outlines that are facing upwards and facing to the left side get a gray reflection on it. And when blocks, the whole blocks are facing upwards, they get a gray reflection as well. And sometimes, like here, this definitely makes no sense because this block is facing more downwards already. But just to show that there is this kink in the block, to give you more information about this edge, I even make the reflections here and there a little bit wrong when it pleases the overall look. Marlon liked what I was doing. He's the guy who invited me and Baker and Case to fly over to Brazil. Yeah, this makes it so much more three-dimensional. Just a little bit of reflection. Going some steps back, always checking, is there still a little bit missing? Yes, there is always something missing. Will I forget something? Yes, of course I will forget something. Yeah, the color gin color is a really thick paint, and if I would work only with color gin, I would even drill the hole of the tiny pink stencil cap to 6mm or something, because it always clogs. Always clogs. Okay, let's see what Baker is doing. So I decided to add some black chips outside of the blocks, somewhere here and there, to give the overall piece a little bit more motion. Like some chips are flaking off, and my broken halo heart, not to forget. Now I use a lighter grayscale, always in the middle of...
I thought about the light blue.
But you know, if you stay still matte,
It will always stay matte. Okay, so let's do this white.
So I always add a little bit of a lighter gray scale, always at the edges and in the middle of reflections.
What do you think?
Not sure. It works, but just we have to add some white, like maybe some shines or something.
Yeah. I will, but I would love to make a blue inline. Blue highlight.
And everywhere where the parts of the letters are facing upwards or to the left side, I add a highlight to the parts of the letters. Zup, zup. But I don't make highlights at the places where shadows are. And I missed the opportunity to ruin everything. I'm proud. And the tiny pink stencil cap is clogged again, and it is clean again. And now adding some light.
está presenteando não só a cidade, mas as pessoas também vêm visitar Macaé e tem essa grande galeria como uma próxima turística.
And when I forgot some grey here and there, I just put Finalizing there.
Hoje nós temos o prazer de ter o apoio da EDF, uma
No
equipe
time
da
to
EDF
waste.
desde 2011 e graças a Deus estamos num processo recente, né? E vai ter muito apoio para ser usuário de serviço. Hoje é o evento mais importante do país. Dois eventos mais importantes do país. Ressaltando que a importância desse evento está estimulando novos órgãos da cultura, da arte, está fazendo que a nossa cidade tenha um espaço ainda melhor, mais plural, mais acessível à arte, às pessoas. Então, isso a gente tem essa relação com artistas internacionais, artistas nacionais, com a população macaense. Isso é fantástico. Então, eles aqui não teriam acesso a
Hey, so,
Nova York, aí
like this?
Is that like this a little bit, just a little bit shiny shine at the edges? We got 10 minutes left.
Essa linda arte. Instagram.
Okay. 10 minutes left, so we will add tiny greeting to the family. One, two, three, four.
Mas consigo ver algumas fotos assim que eu afogar um dia, tá bom?
Okay. Should we just add a little bit of pink and as the background, Baker, so that you can fix your first lines or whatever this is? This one? It's okay? Okay, so I add a little bit of green details as well. the white and I don't have it. So you got no white? Is this not white? Verde Brisa? What color is it? Oh. Rebecca, when you add so much white, I need the white as well to add a little bit more, so that it fits.
Yo, my friends and followers, and as we're coming close to an end, I want to say a big thanks for supporting me every month. We are already 60 patrons on my Patreon. This makes me super proud.
Maybe
Thanks a lot to every single one. I hope you enjoyed this raw episode. Thank you. And also a big thanks to Marlon. Without him, Baker, Case and me would not stand together on one wall and paint. This was really special to me. Thank you, Marlon.
Okay, friends and followers, I don't got any time left anymore. We need to go to the airport. This is Mr. Baker's graffiti. Thanks a lot for this chaotic episode of the Raw series with our special guest, Case.
The one and only.
And he got more time, and he will give us some
Photos of the final result. Yeah, this is the final result. And if you haven't already, check out Case, Maclaim and Mr. Baker Warner on Instagram.
Okay, I hope you were a little bit entertained. Please don't forget to like the subscribe button, and we see us next Saturday in the next project.